Bradley Sutton from Helium 10, and I'm joined together with
Matt Benton. Hello.
welcome. It's Tuesday. Whenever there's a holiday, my week is all messed up. So it doesn't even feel like a Tuesday, especially now we're doing it in the morning time here. So my week's all messed up. But this is our first Tuesday, 10 a.m. Based on some feedback, we wanted to give this time slot a try. So thank you guys. If you're just joining us on the replay or live, make sure to comment below where you're joining us from. So far, the record for farthest away, I think, is the Philippines and one Mexico City. And we have a frequent viewer from London. So wherever you are, whether you're right here in Southern California or in another country, please make sure to post down below where you're at. So today we're going to give you, as always, our tip of the day. And this is going to be based on Cerebro. Matt, can you help some people out with a tip?
Yes. So we're going to go into Cerebro and show you how you can pull up results from history. Because if you're anything like me, you start a new search in Cerebro every single time. And this is just a shorter way to go and maybe view a result or a search that you ran yesterday or a few hours ago. So Bradley, if you want to pull up Cerebro, and you got the pen, right. Pull up Cerebro, and instead of throwing in an ASIN, starting a new search, let's go to history. Because I know last AMA we searched, I think, those first three. So if you can check those first three boxes, I'll show you a good way to merge the results. So this quick tutorial is like twofold, right? So we just went into history and saw all our past searches. Cerebro saves that for you automatically. And if I want to, for instance, merge these three search results, say they're all like or similar products in the same category, what I'll do is, instead of hitting export, I'll hit view. And Cerebro is going to pull up all three of these products. Look at that. All in the same search results. And from there, you can sort by exact phrase search volume like we like to do, or you can go ahead and even export those three combined ASINs in Cerebro to an Excel sheet or a CSV file and play with them from there. Bradley?
All right. So there's two different ways that I use history. This is definitely one way, and this can especially be helpful for those of you who were like me in the past and didn't know about the history. And what you would do is you would open up like 5-6 different tabs of Cerebro, and then try and look it up manually, and then export them all to Frankenstein, and then put all the Frankenstein together. But what this does is this just combines all of those words that you had found in each of these searches that you did. The other way I use history, like let's say, for example, my computer locks up, or I remember I did a search last week. I don't want to have to look up the ASIN, so I'll just go to history and I'll be like, hey, I remember last week I had looked up a tactical flashlight. Let me view that again. And then here, this brings up the search that I did. And the cool thing about this is, let's say you had already done this search and you notice some words here that you didn't want to consider. Well, if I had deleted this, it'll save that. So when I search it back, it's not going to have these. So that's definitely beneficial from having to do the search not only all over again, but then having to filter out these keywords that you didn't want. So hope you guys can use this information when you're using Cerebro. For me, it was a huge time saver, so that I wasn't having to redo searches or open up a million different browser tabs just to look at this. So hope you guys found that interesting. Let's go ahead and get to the questions now. Let's see, Matt, we have a question here from Robert. Did we mention this last week, or this wasn't done yet, or was it done already?
Let's see. I don't think we did this one yet.
So let me post this up here. Information. He wants information on, first of all, he has two parts of the question: information on branding and trademarking. So we have a definite source that he can get for trademarking. What is that, Matt?
Yeah. So do you want me to read the question? So to read the question, information in branding and trademarking, information once you rank your keywords, then what's the best way to get reviews and badges? So there's a lot in there. The thing that I'll mention real quick is seller trademarks, right? So for those of you who need a trademark or need to get brand gated, these are just one of the steps along the way. So visit sellertrademarks.com. And there's a good video there on the front. Bradley, anything you'd add to this question? I know there was a lot.
Yeah, so he talks about once you rank your keywords and what's the best way to get reviews and get badges. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you could do. You could have your own email follow-up sequence. The things. Let me just say what not to do. Don't do anything shady as far as Amazon goes, or don't go posting in Facebook groups. Hey guys, I'm going to give you this free product if you give me a 5-star review. You'll get messed up right away, and your reviews, or your whole listing could get shut down. Amazon's really following up, on things like that. So just if you have a good product and you have good communication with your customers, those reviews are coming in. Some people recommend on Amazon using the I forgot what it's called, the early reviewer program, I think it's called. It's kind of hard. I tried that once, and after like 3 months, I got 2 or 3 reviews. So that's kind of hit or miss. I've had other people say, hey, they got 15 reviews from there. So there's different ways, but just don't do anything, black hat for sure.
And the best answer to a question like this, and really the only answer that anyone should ever give, is sales, right? Sales cures all. So if you need reviews, or you need to get certain badges, maybe Amazon's Choice badge, really the only answer to both of those is sales. Sell more, and reviews will come, and so will the badges. So good luck.
Absolutely. All right. So we got some questions down here now. Let's see. First of all, Susan, welcome from Brooklyn. I used to live in Brooklyn Heights area a couple of years. So thank you, Susan, for joining us. Jorge says hello. Chantal has a question. Matt?
Where can I post a question? Great question. So visit helium10.com/questions, or you can post them if you're live in the questions below, and we'll try and get to those as well.
Yeah, but we're so backed up. We want to make sure to get other people's questions. So if we happen to see one, we might get to it. But if not, if we don't get to yours, please go to helium10.com/questions. And one more quick one from Steven. Hi, when will Black Box be available in the UK? Well, I think we're looking for a Q4 on that, right? Yeah, so Q4, look for the tools that aren't available yet in the UK to be ready for over there. So thank you, Steven. Are you from the UK, or you just curious about the selling in the UK? Wow, hey, we have a new country here. Anne from Finland. I don't know how to say
hello.
Yeah, I'll say hello to you. I don't know how to say Finnish. Is that a language? I'm not sure. Okay, so hello, Anne. Please tell us how to say hello in Finnish. And Tony says hi. So, all right, let's get back to the questions now. Thank you, guys. We have a lot of feedback. Don't forget to give us reactions to either a thumbs up or a heart. If a thumbs up if you like the new brand new Helium 10. This was a limited drop from Supreme and Off-White. No, I'm just kidding. But this is a brand new shirt that we just came out with. And by the way, we're going to have a contest down below where whoever has commented, you're going to get either a free, actually, it's going to be the black shirt. You can get. We're going to have a contest for that, and we'll also do the drawing for last week's as well. Thanks, George. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Mark. All right, back to the questions. Let's see. Using Magnet, which would you say gives you the most effective keywords for optimizing your Amazon listing? And he gives the different columns: IQ, exact phrase search volume, or broad phrase search volume. So let's go ahead and share the screen again and go to Magnet so you guys can see. For those of you just joining us, don't know about Helium 10, what is Magnet, Matt?
Magnet is our seed keyword research tool. So you enter in a seed keyword, and it returns all the most relevant keywords related to that seed keyword.
All right, thank you. So we're going to continue with last week's theme because, again, it's my week just started and I can't think of a new theme for the week. So last week's, for those of you guys notice, anybody remember what the product of last week was? I'm sure you guys will mention it down below, but it's collagen peptides. All right. I've searched this before. I've searched this about 1,000 times since last week. Let's do a new search.
I think we account for about half of the search volume on Amazon.
Yeah, there's a lot of search volume. It's probably half coming from our live broadcast here. So the first thing that I do to answer your question, who was that? Dingo. To answer your question, Dingo, I go to exact phrase search volume because to me, that's what most people, that's going to show me what most people are searching for. And you'll get some astronomical numbers. Like, for example, collagen powder gets over 130,000 exact phrase searches a month. And to me, that's just like, wow, that really is a keyword that I need to focus on, or I need to do a giveaway on, or I need to try and make sure that I'm indexed for. Whatever the case is, what I want to make sure I put it in PPC, all of that stuff. Collagen powder is very important. I'm probably going to put that in my title if I have a collagen peptides. All of these, if anything above like 20,000 exact phrase search volume, that's pretty decent search volume. But another thing to look out for, could be, the magnet IQ score. Now, the magnet IQ score shows the ratio between search volume and competition. So sometimes you might have a word like supplements, okay, well, supplements gets 11,000. So you might think, oh, wow, that's a lot of searches. But the IQ score is only 118. Why is that? Well, there's over 100,000 products that have the word supplements in it. So you have a lot of competition if you want to get on the page one or the top 20 of something that has 100,000 people competing for it. So sometimes I'll look for a phrase that has a high IQ as well. And sometimes what that is, like, for example, here's one that has 18,000, and it's what we had talked about last week. It's a Spanish word, and so, yeah, it only gets 3,000 searches a month, but look, only 179 people have collagen powder in Spanish in their listing. So for the large Spanish speaking, community in the United States, perhaps doing their Amazon searches in Spanish, and if they type this in, they only got 170. There's only going to be 179 results. Now, colágeno en polvo in English is collagen powder. Look how many people. That's this first one. There's over 3,000 people who have collagen powder in their listing compared to 179. So that is let's talk about giveaways. Let's say you wanted to do a giveaway. Well, CPR number, to get to page one, because there's so much competition and so much volume, you'd have to give over 1,000 units over 8 days. But for the colágeno en polvo, where is it? Polvo, there it is. You'd only have to give away 72 to get on page one of this. Again, because there's not that many people. So those are some of the columns that I really look for when I'm doing Cerebro. So thank you very much for that question. Is this one we have done? All right.
Let's do it.
I see why Matt picked this one. This question is from Matthew. And let me go ahead and put his question up here.
Brother Matt, is it possible to research how much a product is selling, or how much of a product a seller is selling? Yes, it is. 2 of our tools allow you to do that, both black box and X-ray. So I think Bradley's going to pull up X-ray real quick for you. And both of those, they do show estimated sales and revenue. So that's a great place to start. For me, a quicker way to do this is just to go straight onto an Amazon page, look at the market, and open up the Chrome extension. And then from there, hit X-ray inside the Helium 10 Chrome extension. While we're looking at that, does anyone notice anything new? Bradley's got a haircut and it looks darn good.
Thank you.
So as the results come up here, you can see up on the top left shows the total revenue in the market for that month. And then if we mouse over, let's see, sales and then revenue as well, those are also monthly numbers. So that's a good quick way to see very close estimates on what those sellers are selling on a monthly basis. And then Bradley actually just opened up the chart here, and you can mouse over the daily sales, and there's also 90 days, 1 year, and all time. So that just gives you a little more granularity into how those sellers are selling per month or on a daily basis too.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Matt. All right, let's go over some of these comments we've been getting real quick. Hey, John's joined us in the morning. All right. John, you had to wake up before 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for coming out. I love this comment by Marianne. Could not live without Helium 10. I feel the same way. All right. Dowd says hi, hello. Chelsea says excited about the supplement topics. All right. Thank you, Chelsea. Chelsea, aren't you one of the ones who is going to be coming Friday to the Helium 10 social? I think Chelsea might have been. If not, I'm sorry. But tell everybody really quick about what's happening this Friday.
Yes, if you've been here before, you've heard us mention it once or twice. But if you're new, this Friday, September 7th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., we're having our first Helium 10 meetup just across the way from our office here. And we're looking forward to meeting all the Helium 10 users and networking and food and drinks. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't signed up yet, please go ahead and do so. But if you have, we're looking forward to seeing you.
All right, thanks. Next question we have from, he signed his name, Steven in the Philippines. Steven, kamusta ho kayo? I'm half Filipino myself, but that's about that and lumpia and adobo is about all of the Tagalog that I know. But his first question is, could you please go over in detail the exact strategy to rank products highly using discounted products and what percentage we should discount by? Now, first of all, Matt, if he wanted a really good guide to be able to know how to rank products to page 1, what's that guide that we have called?
The CPR guide. So helium10.com/CPR is going to be the best way to see how to do a launch with the CPR formula. And then there's also another tab if you want to see a case study that Manny did. That one's helium10.com/launch.
And that's right here. So guys, make sure if you guys didn't catch these URLs, just post the message and we'll reply later on. But so there's the first part of your question. But then he talked about, it's a good question here. Could you please go over in detail how to use, what percentage should we discount by? And I get this question a lot. And this is not something that's necessarily in the CPR guide. But just remember, whenever you're doing a giveaway, whether it's on Facebook or whether you're running a service or you're running to your own group, you have to think about something. The people who are on Facebook seeing your ad, they weren't on Facebook to look for your product. All right. So if you were to offer it at 20% discount or full price, the odds of them clicking on it are very, very low unless it's like highly relevant and coincidentally they really needed that product. Like if you had a collagen peptides, maybe their doctor had just told them, hey, you need to have collagen peptides in your diet, and they see your ad at full price. Okay, maybe they'll buy it. But the odds are, if you're like Matt and I, and who before we started deep diving into this, didn't really know even what collagen peptides are, if you see something like that on your Facebook or if you get an email ad about that, you're probably not going to buy it unless it's just like too good of an offer to give up. So what some people say, or what some people do is, they'll put it at like 90% off of a discount, or $1, so that a person's like, collagen peptides, what's that? Well, I don't know what that is, but it's $1, so I'll go ahead and get it. So that's the kind of strategy you have to have. You have to understand at what price point people would get your product. Now, let's say your product that you're doing is iPhone charging cable. Well, a lot of people need that. I mean, how many millions of people in America have iPhones, and who couldn't use an extra charging cable, right? So perhaps something like that, you wouldn't have to take such a loss on it and give it away for $1. You could probably get away with doing like $3 or $4. So maybe you break even or only lose $1 on that giveaway, because there's a lot of people who are going to want that product. So Steven, just keep that in mind. Have a realistic look at what your product is. And, if you're not sure, just ask your friend, hey, would you buy this? If you saw an ad for it for $5, would you buy it for $1? And then they might go ahead and let you know. We got tons more comments coming in. Man, this morning really is working out. Look at that, 64 live viewers. I think that's a record for us. So thank you guys very much. Only 22 reactions, guys. That means we're only going to get paid 22 cents for today's broadcast. We only get 1 cent for a reaction. So please, thumbs up, hearts, smiley faces. Somebody gave a shocked face. Who was that? Alex gave us a shocked face. What are you shocked about? My haircut, maybe? All right. What else did Steven say here? How can we maintain rank after the initial surge in volume of bargain shop and buyers? And that's a great point. So, you did give it out, all these. And so maybe now you're on page 1. How do you maintain your sales velocity? And basically, you just have to have a well-optimized listing. You have to make sure your images are really well. A lot of people have been asking on Facebook almost every day on the Facebook group, hey, what do we do for product photography? Because that's probably one of the most important parts of your listing. Matt, where can people go for product photography service?
Sure. Pixelperfectphotography.com. Bradley's going there right now. If you want like white background, infographic, model photography, we go down to the packages there. They can do just about everything you need and more. So check out pixelperfectphotography.com. Very professional photos, crisp looking pictures. If you want to increase any conversion on your listing, the photos is a great low hanging fruit way to do it. So pixelperfectphotography.com.
Say that 10 times fast. So pick pixel. All right. So now let's go on back to the questions. And we have another one here from Judy. Let me take this off. This is pretty noisy. There we go. All right. From Judy. She had kind of a similar question. So Judy's was, after rank to page 1 with CPR, how can I drive the sales velocity and keep the ranking on page 1? So what else, other than we talked about the photography, what else can Judy do?
Absolutely. So after launch or CPR launch, you're pushing all those sales to your listing in kind of a self-manufactured way, but you want those sales to continue selling in the same fashion that they were during your launch. So to do so, what Judy's talking about, Judy, thanks for your question, is have a very optimized listing. So that's not just your product photography like we mentioned, but that's also other things like having your price dialed in. So is your price competitive to other folks on the listing? Is it superior product? So is it maybe, should you price it more highly than the rest of the market? And then from there, do you have your keywords and your listing optimized? Like, is your title, is it readable? Do your bullets make sense? Are they keyword stuff? That's probably not a great thing in 2018. So you want your bullets to be readable. Anything, Bradley, that I mentioned that I didn't mention outside of photography, price, and keywords?
Did you talk about PPC? No.
PPC is another great one.
Yeah. So if you have, if you're targeting, that keyword, it'll especially if you're not on page 1 yet, like, let's say you're on page 2. Well, your PPC might show up on page 1. And so you can get more views that way. And, the more views you get, the more conversions you get. All right. We have another super long question here. This is like 10 paragraphs here. So this will not fit. So this is from Andrea. Andrea, thank you for the long and detailed question. I'm going to try and get to as much of it as possible here. She says, hello, Bradley and Matt. Thank you so much for taking my question. You're very welcome. Here goes. In optimizing my listing and building, it uses Cerebro, Frankenstein, and Scribbles. I would like to know which competitors' ASINs I should be looking for to build that listing under Cerebro. For example, let's say that the highest search volume word and the one that requires the most giveaways is rubber ball, but I can handle a longer tail keyword to decide to target small red rubber ball, which requires me to give away far fewer units to rank on page 1. However, the top 5 listings for rubber ball are a bit different from the top 5 listings for small red rubber ball. My goal is to get to the heap of the entire pile. So do I build my listing based on that higher volume keyword, or do I build my listing based on the top 5 listings for small red rubber ball? I hope this makes sense, but I've been trying to get a handle on this whole strategy. Well, thank you very much for the detail, Andrea. And that's the good thing about when you use helium10.com/questions, you can put as many paragraphs as you want, and we'll try and get to it. On Facebook, it doesn't allow you to have that. But so let's go back to our collagen peptides. Going to the screen. Okay. Here's the question. Here's what she's saying. First of all, are we in Magnet? Yeah, we're in Magnet. So like maybe she did a Magnet search and she was talking about rubber balls, but I'm going to stick with my collagen peptides. And maybe she saw that collagen peptides exact phrase search volume is 70,000 and it requires 750 giveaways. But it's like, you know what? I can't afford to give away 750 units to get to page 1. So maybe she's looking at something down here. For example, let's see, something collagen protein or keto products or something. She's like, whoa, wow, 88, I can deal with that. But now the top people on keto products are different. So you go to this page in Amazon, and it does have some peptides. Here's a peptides right here. But as you can see, these products are kind of all over the place. But then we look at collagen peptides, definitely not the same products. Like maybe one product is the same here. So she's like, well, should I build my listing based on what I am going to target or the top? Me personally, I would build my listing based on what your ultimate goal is. You know, if your ultimate goal is to get to page 1 of this page, whether or not you're going to be able to do a giveaway, if your product looks like one of these, you know, the branding is similar, the ingredients are similar, you need to use the top of the top as your guide. All right. Now, maybe your strategy to get there would be differently, but here's one thing you have to be really careful about. Let me see if they have this word on here. Packets. No, they don't have it here. So let's go back to Cerebro, and I'm going to go to history, just like Matt and I talked about at the beginning. And let's look at the vital proteins one. All right. And actually, no, I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add the premium collagen peptides, travel packets, and let me do one more here. Pure collagen peptides. All right. So if I view both of these together, here's what's going to happen that you have to be really careful about. I'm examining 2 different ones here. So for one of these, one of the top keywords are, let me put this here, protein powder packets. All right. So let's go visit that page. All right. So here are protein powder packets. So maybe that was a word that you saw that was a little bit lower down the list. All right. And you're like, I can do a giveaway. But if you're looking at this, look at what most of the results look like. They're actually like these little packets that you tear open and put into your product. All right. So yes, there might be, you know, a regular powder one, but the majority of this search is dedicated to packets. Now, if your product isn't a packet, you don't want to make your listing optimize for this keyword. You want to maybe keep it in your listing, but you're not going to want to target this keyword and get to the page 1, because the odds are you're not going to be able to stay on page 1. Yeah, you can use the CPR method, get to page 1 on protein powder packets, but you're never going to stay there because you're not going to organically convert since your product does not look like this. Remember, when you look at page 1 of a listing, this is the best litmus test, I guess you could say, as to what customers are actually buying when they search for this, because Amazon puts here on the first page what customers, what they're getting the best, conversion on, so people who type in, what did I put here? Collagen protein or protein powder packs are getting products that look like this. All right. So if yours doesn't look like this, don't do it, guys. So Andrea, I hope that works for you. So yes, make your product listing based off of the top in your niche, but at the same time, you can still target those smaller volume keywords, but just be very careful that smaller volume keyword is still relevant to your product. So thank you for that question, Andrea. Let's go ahead, maybe one more.
Try Judy's. Or I'm sorry, let's try
Rex. Who should we do? Rex or Rex. Chelsea?
Yeah, Rex.
All right, Rex. Rex says, or actually Rax, R-A-X, sorry. If I have Helium 10 alone, can it take care of keyword search, reverse ASIN search, and everything? Meaning, can I get rid of all the other tools that I use? Matt?
Great question. And Rex, we do get this one a lot. So at this point, what is it? Early September 2018, Helium 10 has just about everything you need, right? So we've got product research in black box and X-ray. So in black box, you can find your product. X-ray, you can open up the Helium 10 Chrome extension and see the market at a glance, or X-ray the page. We've also got keyword research in Magnet and Cerebro. Magnet's our seed keyword tool, and Cerebro is our reverse ASIN tool. We've also got listing optimization covered, launches. So Bradley's got what is it? Cerebro? Bradley's got Cerebro open. So the right 2 columns show you total giveaway numbers. So the amount of sales that you need to manufacture in order to land on page 1. I mentioned listing optimization. We've got hijacker alerts, launch numbers, refunds, and a number of other tools to help you from A to Z in your entire journey as an Amazon seller. There are tools that we don't have, like an email autoresponder or PPC tools and this and that. But if you do have any recommendation towards tools that we should add or recommendation for existing tools, please comment those or send those in to support at Helium 10. With the amount of tools that we have now, we're obviously kind of an all-in-one tool suite, but we're always constantly trying to add and help out our members. So thanks for everyone who joined. Do we want to do another question?
Let me look through these questions here to see if there's any good ones here. But in the meantime, why don't you talk to them about the affiliate program?
Absolutely. So for you diehard Helium 10 fans, if you want to promote the tools to your friends or your network, you can visit crushit.online, and Michelle, our affiliate manager, will help you out there. So that's a great way to promote a tool that you use and believe in and make some money at the same time. There's also in Crushit Pixel Perfect. So if you want to promote a photography service, that's a more higher ticket item and may put a little bit more money in your pocket, and an awesome service at that. And we've got a few more coming as well too, so stay tuned for that. So if you want to be an affiliate, visit crushit.online.
All right, let's just go ahead and go through some of these comments here. First of all, we were talking earlier about how much to discount products. I think that was in response to Steven from the Philippines. So this is what Alex had to say. Said it. He's about to do a product launch and he's going to do 97% off because it's a pretty niche product. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you have something like, what's something like really niche that you could think of that like nobody would ever want unless it was like 50 cents. Let's think. Anybody have some ideas? Like
a desk organizer with a Kleenex box.
Yeah, desk organizer with Kleenex. Actually, I think that sounds pretty good. I might actually buy something like that. So yeah, or a blackhead remover, not everybody has blackheads. So you're immediately with your product really segmenting it. And like 95% of people probably wouldn't buy a blackhead remover unless they had teenage kids in the house or skin issues, I guess. But so there's Alex who says that's what he does. Sophia says hi. Now, Sophia, I'm almost positive is one who's going to come Friday, unless I'm mistaken. So hi, Sophia. Let's see. We have Navin says, we talked a little bit about this. I'll show that really quick again. Could you please tell more on Cerebro IQ score? So we have that here. Let me pull up one from our history since we learned about that. And just really quick, 30 seconds or less, since we talked about this already. Matt, can you tell them what this Cerebro IQ score is again?
I'm far away from the computer. Can you just read it?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Why is it in black? I don't know why. Yeah, showing up on black on the screen too. It says Cerebro IQ score is an internal score we give to keywords to show the ratio between search volume and competition. A higher score means there is a good ratio of low competition to high search volume. The more competition there is for this keyword phrase, the lower the score. So as you can see here, this Cerebro IQ score is very, very low because there's only 22 people searching for it a month. And there's over 1,000 people who have that in their listing. Meanwhile, this is a brand name, of course. So obviously not many people are going to be allowed to have it in their brand name, but has a high score. So you would kind of disregard that, but that's the reason why it's a high score is because there's 20,000 people searching for it a month, but only 193 people come up in that search. Same thing for even vital proteins, collagen peptides. Hardly anybody has that, but it has a lot of search volume. So thank you for that question, Navin. How do I hide it? There we go. All right. What else? Ionel, thank you guys. Hi guys, how can I rank my product at page 1? Well, please rewind and look at the links that we had given, and I'll reply later about the CPR guide and helium10.com/launch. We'll give you those links later, so thank you for that.
PJ's got a good one. Where can I find these live videos? So if you want to rewatch any of these, you can go to the Helium 10 Facebook page, and on the left column there, you'll see a tab you can click that says videos, and you'll be able to rewatch all of our live AMAs.
All right. Let's see what else. Hello, Anne. Hello, Kimberly. Yep, Sophia says she's going to be there. And Chelsea says, what is a top to bottom range for Cerebro IQ score? I've never tested that. I would imagine 1 would be the bottom, but as you can see here, you can have scores up to 300,000, but most of that's only probably because it is a very popular brand, and then it got that search. Usually you're never going to see a score this high for something that you could actually rank for. But if you see something 30 to 40,000 doesn't have a brand name in it, I would definitely take a look at that further to see what it is. But a lot of times, like I said, it's going to be a Spanish word or just something that most people don't think about. So thank you, Chelsea. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our drawing from last week. So this is our random comment picker, just to show you that we're not being plain favorites. And I'm not going to filter duplicate users, because the more times that you comment, each of those is an entry. So let's go ahead and start this. This is from last Thursday's video. Who is going to win the Helium 10 shirt? Oh, it says find it first. Okay. There were 63 different commenters. And who's going to win? Here we go. I see names flying by. Sophia. I see John. I see Andrew. The winner is Margaret Jolly. And all she had to do to win this shirt was say hello. So you guys, it doesn't take much. You don't have to answer a long question or something to win. Even if you just say hello to us, we will. You have a chance to win. So Margaret, please send me a private message or reply here and tag me so that I can get your address, so that I can send you the Helium 10 shirt right off of Matt's back. Game worn. All right.
We'll get you a new one. Thank you for everyone who commented today and joined. You can, if you have questions that didn't get answered, you can submit them in the comments here if you're rewatching it, or go straight to the source at helium10.com/questions. And we organize those before every show and get to them as they come in.
All right. So we have a lot of names that I do recognize, but then there's a lot here that I don't. It's the first time. So if this is your first time watching, please comment below whether you're on the replay or not. Please say hello. It's my first time, and let us know where you're from. I saw we had somebody from Finland today, so that's great. He probably wasn't able to go to the later ones we were doing at 3 because it's probably like 11 o'clock or midnight over there. So we are hoping to get more of you guys who are overseas in Europe on these at 10. So please make sure to comment, say hello, say it's your first time, and then the question of the day, since we have so many new people here, we're going to do the same question of the day that we did Thursday, which we got some very interesting responses on. And that question is, how did you, if you're using Helium 10, like how did you come to be a Helium 10 user? Did you learn about it from the AMPM podcast, or you were watching a webinar, or where are some of the other places?
YouTubers, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who use our tools, and
YouTube, maybe you saw it, or just Google search. If it was a Google search, what did you search for? We really want to see. We're very curious how you guys found us, and we're really so happy that the community is so big now. We got so many users here in the Helium 10 users. In the AMPM podcast, we have like over 50,000. So between our groups, make sure to join our groups, because you can get a lot of one-on-one or a lot of questions answered in the groups too, not just here on the AMAs. We have a lot of support out there. So our next broadcast, we should probably go ahead and do another one tomorrow, because we're still backed up on the questions. So tomorrow, let's go back to the we'll stick with Tuesday at 10 a.m. and then Wednesday and Thursday for now. We'll do, what was our time? Was it 3 or 3:30?
3 p.m.
3 p.m. So 3 p.m. Wednesday will be our next AMA, and if we have enough viewers, we'll go ahead and pick a winner for the t-shirt from today's comments. So you guys, if you're watching on the replay, still comment below. You'll have a chance to win the shirt. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate all the love that you've given us. 67 reactions. All right. 86 comments. New records for us. So thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys. Bye.